First example, we have 10 times the quantity 3x plus 2 equals 70. The first thing I'm going to do is distribute this 10 to everything inside the parentheses. That gives me 30x plus 20 equals 70. Now I need to get that x, the variable, by itself. First, I'm going to undo that addition. So I have plus 20. To undo it, I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides. That's going to give me 30x equals 50. Now I need to get that x by itself. To undo that multiplication with the 30, I'm going to divide both sides by 30. That gives me an answer. So when I do that, there's 3 different ways that you may be asked to answer this question. If you're asked for just a simplified fraction, you could leave your answer 5/3. If you're asked for a simplified proper fraction or a mixed number, we cannot answer 5/3 as it's improper. That instead gives us the answer 1 2/3. If you're instead asked for a decimal answer, you would do that 5 divided by 3, which would give you 1.6 repeating. Remember that repeating tells you that the 6's go on forever. So you'll typically be asked to round your answer. If you were, say, asked to round to the nearest tenth, that's 1 place past your decimal point, the 6 next to it would tell us to round that 6 up. So we would round our answer to 1.7. If we look at the next example, we have 7 times the quantity 3n minus 2 plus 5 equals 6 times the quantity 2n minus 1 plus 24. So once again, I'm going to start by distributing to get rid of my parentheses. That will give me 21n minus 14, and I drag that plus 5 down. Equals, I'm going to distribute that 6 to give me 12n minus 6, and I'll drag down that plus 24. The next thing I need to do is combine like terms. Remember, to combine like terms, you can only do that on each side of the equation. So it may help to draw a line straight through the equal sign to remind you to keep the sides separate. On the left-hand side, the like terms are the constants, the 14 and the 5. Remember when you're combining like terms to keep the sign directly in front of the number attached, so that minus 14 can also be thought of as negative 14, and that positive 5 could be thought of as plus 5. When we combine negative 14 and positive 5, we get negative 9, so that negative becomes our subtraction sign. And I'm going to drag down my 21n. I'll bring down the equal sign, and I have to combine like terms on the right-hand side as well. My constants are the like terms on the right-hand side, so I'm going to combine negative 6 and positive 24 to get positive 18. That positive becomes the plus sign. Then I drag down that 12n. So I have variables on both sides of the equation. I need to get the variables on one side of the equation. This is a positive 12n, so I'm going to undo it by subtracting 12n from both sides. On the left-hand side, make sure you're subtracting it from the other like term, the other piece that has that n attached. So when I do that, I have 9n minus 9 on my left-hand side. On my right-hand side, the positive 12n and negative 12n cancel out, so I'm just left with 18. Then I'm going to get rid of that minus 9, because my goal is to get that n by itself, by adding 9 to both sides. That gives me 9n equals 27. Last, I need to undo that multiplication, so I'm going to divide both sides by 9, and that would give me n equals 3.